The Egyptian parliament finally approved the new media law. However, only the institutional media law was ratified in last December 2016. According to the new law, the Ministry of Information was terminated, and instead, three entities have been established to regulate the media landscape in Egypt, in accordance with the latest edition of the Constitution of 2014. These three entities are the Supreme Council for Media Regulations. This council is assigned to regulate the press and media in general. The National Media Authority, which is in charge of supervising all state-owned broadcast media. And the National Press Authority. It's responsible for the supervision of all the state-owned print. The law came after big debates over the last 3 years, since the Constitution in 2014. However, according to Dr. Hussein Amin, who was a member of the committee of drafting the law, it was not only a delay of 3 years, it was 17 years of struggling.
It's 17 years. The new, when we talked about media regulations, back in 1999, and we introduced the first version of the law in 1999. There was a great opposition by the leadership of the state and the regime at the time, slowing down the process of, I'm not saying blocking, because it went all the way to the prime minister, but slowing down the process. So this law was introduced in Al-Masri Al-Yawm newspaper and in Nahdat Masri newspapers to test it, make a kind of inviting the public to read it and to comment on it. But again, it was reached the level of the prime minister and freezed. This authoritarian system is trying to balance the control of the media. So media is not completely liberal, media completely independent. No, there are certain restrictions imposed by the government and by the state. So in this sense, of course, we suffered the delay after delay after delay, because we understand although we were very frustrated, but we understood at the time that the delay is coming because of fear to lose control. So again, this fear demolished and disappeared after 2011.
However, some academics and experts believe that the media landscape in Egypt have been suffering and going through a tough time during the last few years.
Since 2013, after a massive opening of the political system and the media landscape in reaction, there were now systematic efforts to close down this public sphere. This was rather done through two ways. One was the rather repressive way of detaining journalists or harassing them in their work. The other way was through legal measures.
Egypt has one of the most established and influential media industries in the Middle East. And even though the media have been suffering from chaos in the past few years, according to academia, they still believe that reaching that point of a new law regulating the media scene is a step on the right track.
كان في نوع من أنواع نقدر نقول الفوضى الإعلامية خلال الفترة اللي فاتت. كان في مساحات كبيرة من عدم المسؤولية في الممارسة المهنية والإعلامية. كان في عدم محاسبة من جهة هيئات أو نقابات قادرة على أنها تطالب بحقوق الجماهير وبحق الناس في المعرفة. لكن أنا بقول إن إحنا مجرد بحث أو وضع قدمنا نحو وجود قانون لتنظيم المهنة ووضع قواعد مهنية كفيلة بأنها تضمن على الأقل المحاسبة والشفافية، أنا بشوف إنه خطوة للأمام.
The new media law, however, was subject to criticism. There were questions and concerns from a wide range of academia and practitioners.
Basically, it has a few problematic paragraphs that add more power to the executive power in controlling the media landscape. For example, the journalists can be prosecuted when they cover a certain event in a narrative that counters the official narrative. And this is viewed by the power holders as a way to combat terrorism. So, of course, it is framed as being loyal and patriotic. Another problematic part is that the president has the power to name the heads of the 3 media councils that regulate the media.
يمكن العيوب ما اقدرش اقول انها بشكل كبير باينه في الوقت الحالي، ولكن مساله اختيار الاعضاء اللي هم بيمثلوا اصحاب القرارات في المجالس الوطنيه والهيئات المشكله لازال يعني نقدر نقول عليه جدل. مساله ان الى اي مدى السلطة التنفيذية بتتدخل في وضع أشخاص، وإلى أي مدى نقدر نفصل الهيئات الصحفية والمؤسسات الإعلامية عن السلطة التنفيذية.
هو المؤكد أنه التشكيلات بتاعة التشكيلات القيادية للمؤسسات الثلاثة، المجلس الأعلى للإعلام والهيئة الوطنية للصحافة والهيئة الوطنية للإعلام، تشكيلات بيغلب عليها الطابع الحكومي في أكثر من يعني 60% من أعضاء كل مجلس يعني معينين أو حكوميين، معينين برئيس الجمهورية أو حكوميين، وبالتالي حالة الديمقراطية اللي كانت مفترضة إنها ونص عليها الدستور إنها تكون موجودة في تشكيل هذه المؤسسات لم تتحقق.
على القول بأن عدد الحكوميين أكثر من العدد الآخرين.
This issue has been raised also in the parliament, but some members denied that. They also said that there are independent figures have been already appointed in the board of each of the 3 entities. Moreover, appointing the heads of these entities by the president is not a problem, and it's not intervening the independence of their work.
That even in countries where the media is well established, like the United States of America, the head of the Federal Communication Commission, the FCC, is appointed by the president. So over here, appointing the head is not really intervening with the concept of independency or independent press, but it could, in fact, work for it because the level and the volume of mission requirements for the 3 entities are huge.
On another side, there were demands, even in the parliament, for introducing and approving the unified media law, not only the institutional law. There were concerns from establishing the 3 entities without the law itself, which might give them more power and control over the media. However, the heads of these 3 entities have another say.
ان هي تصدر الهيئات اولا، لانه اصدار الهيئات اولا يضع الحصان قدام العربه، لان الهيئات دي هي التي سوف تشرف على تنفيذ القانون.
In a right transition, common environment, introducing the two laws together is in fact perfect, but this is actually a time that is defined by many experts as difficult time.
According to other experts, new media law has also positive sides. For example, for the first time, the law includes regulations for social media and digital journalism. Moreover, some experts believe that the law can provide protection for journalists. The Supreme Council is in charge of regulating all media organizations. It should also guarantee independence and fair competition between all media outlets. The independency which was clearly stated in the Constitution, in Article 72 in particular. But whatever the challenges we are going through, there are still a lot of work to be accomplished.
مسألة التطوير أكيد محتاجينها، سواء في تعديل أو تطوير البنود القانونية، مسألة وضع تعريفات محددة لبعض الكلمات اللي قد تكون كلمات عامة أو نقدر نقول إنها غير يعني ملموسة بشكل كبير، زي مثلا حرية التعبير، ما معنى حرية التعبير، الأمن القومي، ما هي حدود المساس بالأمن القومي. كل الحاجات دي اللي هي نقدر نقول تعريفات قانونية محتاجين بقى تطويرها، محتاجين كمان آليات لتنفيذ القانون.
There are things that need to be worked on. For example, training the journalists themselves so that they can know their rights and give them legal aid to know exactly their rights and also their duties, to see that establish this professional culture that journalism is no crime, and this is already a slogan in various protests in Egypt. But also training sessions and establishing various forms of dialogue among the communities, the various journalists from different communities, is very important, because it shows us what other examples in other countries and in other media systems takes place. There might be learning effects that take place interculturally, and even coalitions or blocks of journalists and actors who defend their rights, basically, and in the same time without clashing with the law.
There are a lot of things to be accomplished. There should be harmony and transparency in terms of the performance of the new entities as well with the presidency. This harmony is established by the head of each one, that is appointed by the president. So in this sense, the part of transparency and harmony is established, because we understand that the president at least know about the three persons and know about their performance and have personal contact with them.
In a wide range of media outlets and thousands of TV and radio channels, newspapers, and social media platforms, and between the two sides of controversy on the new media law, the citizens just hope for improved, transparent, and professional media practices. And whatever how much controversial the new media law is, it should be a step in moving forward.